Hey, welcome to your forearm stand tutorial, Pincha Mayurasana. Pincha Forearm Stand is probably one of my favorite inversions. It was also one that I struggled with for such a long time, and I was convinced was impossible, that I would just never be able to do. But it is possible, and it's lots of fun. There's lots of different ways to practice your forearm stand, but we really focus on strength in our forearms, especially as well mobility and flexibility in the shoulders. Of course, a core strength, and overall focusing on staying present, being patient, and enjoying the journey also. Here you can just sit with the legs crossed, or maybe if you want to sit onto the heels, whichever you prefer. And we're going to do some shoulder flossing. I think that's what this drill is called. So with your strap, you're going to hold the strap in both of your hands, and you can make your strap as long or as short as you want. You decide. I definitely recommend making it quite long initially. So if you need to make it really long, if you have quite tight shoulders, that's okay. Gradually over time, you work on making it shorter. We do want the strap to be taut, so you do want to have some resistance, so we are building more mobility in the shoulders. Start with the strap resting on your knees or the thighs. Reach up on an inhale, drop over the head, and as you exhale, allowing the arms to move all the way back. Coming back, inhale, and down on your exhale. We'll do 3 more. Up, inhale, and down, exhale. All the way up, inhale, and down, exhale. Last one. And releasing. Our next drill is Turbo Puppy and Turbo Dog. Turbo Puppy, we're bringing the forearms down to the floor, and we're going to hover the elbows just a few centimeters off the mat. Keep leaning forwards, bringing more weight into the forearms, rounding within the spine, engaging the core, ribs in. Spread your fingers to press down into the mat. And when you're ready, hover the elbows off the floor. Keep rounding, lean forwards if you can, bringing more weight into the arms. Taking 4 breaths here. Keep drawing the elbows in rather than letting the elbows stick out to the sides. And releasing down. Make your way to a downward facing dog. From here, you can take a turbo dog, or you're welcome to take another round of your turbo puppy, entirely up to you. If you're taking a turbo dog, we start to hover the elbows off the mat, bending the elbows slightly, keep drawing elbows in, keep looking back though. Can you try to bring your ears in line with the upper arms? Knees can stay soft. And releasing, knees can come down, take the child's pose, take a little break. Let's find our dolphin pose here. Let's take a variation with the fingers interlaced and forming almost like a fist with the hands. Knees come off the mat, and you're going to walk your feet as close in towards the body as it feels comfortable. Notice here we've aligned the shoulders over the elbows. Stay here for 10 breaths. If you can, start to look back, pressing down through the forearms. Maybe even walk your feet even closer in. If you need to come down sooner, that's perfectly fine. Knees come down, child's pose. Let's take a breather. When you're ready, we're going to do that again and add a push-up. So when you find your dolphin, again, you're walking your feet as far in as feels comfortable. Remember to ease off. You can always walk the feet further back out. Walk the feet in a bit closer if you can. Now we're going to dip, almost bringing the nose to the thumb and push back up. Dip and push back up. Nose taps the thumb, push back up. Coming forwards and push back up. Let's do 3 more. Knees come down, take your child's pose. You can bring the arms alongside the body, palms facing up, just allowing the arms to be heavy, shoulder blades melting down. Remember, you can take as many breaks as you need. I'm even breaking this video and tutorial across maybe multiple days. And it's always something that you can come back to and refer back to. We are going to do some more dolphins using a block. So you're going to hold your block in between your thumb and index finger. So what that looks like when you actually come down to the mat, is trying to keep your elbow in line with the shoulder. Squeezing the block with the hands, grounding, draw the navel to spine, ribs in, lift feet off the floor. You can look forwards if you can though. Start to look back, bringing your ears in line with the upper arms and push further back down through the forearms. If you need to ease off, walk the feet away from the body, less weight into the hands and the forearms. Or if you can take it deeper, walk your feet in, stack the hips above the shoulders. Maybe you lift one leg, hold, and then swap sides, maybe you lift the other. I highly suggest practicing that and aiming to hold it for up to 10 breaths, even longer if you're able to. Now when you start feeling ready, maybe start taking little hops. You can do this against the wall. Maybe you catch it for a bit, maybe not, it's all good. Finding an L shape. Keep pushing down through the forearms, maybe you bring the legs together. Engaging the core, point through the toes. And coming down. When you're ready, when you need to take a breather, try the opposite side. So trying to lift up with the opposite leg. And again, remember you can kick up to a wall, maybe just little hops. Taking a child's pose. More than welcome to do this with fingers interlaced. I really encourage you to practice different variations with your hands and blocks in order to start building strength. Another great way to start building confidence, especially if you're trying to move away from the wall to the middle of the room, is to start by kicking off the wall. So you'll have a wall behind you, or maybe in this case like me, a chair, and you bring your feet to the chair or the wall and hold an L shape. Hold it for 5 breaths, hold it for 10 breaths, maybe start setting a timer and you hold it for 90 seconds or 2 minutes. And then we start lifting one leg off the chair or the wall, trying to hold it there. Same with the opposite leg, and eventually just start working on shifting our balance and catching that point where we stack the hips over the shoulders and then we stack the legs over the hips. So let's give that a go with our chair. And here I'm actually choosing to interlace my fingers and forming a fist. You can do this with your blocks, either block in between the thumb and index or block in between the palms facing up. So there's lots of different ways to practice this. Let's start by finding an L shape. So I'm bringing feet to the chair and just holding it here. If you can, again, look back. Keep pressing down through the forearms. If you need to come down sooner, of course, feel free. We're aiming for 10 breaths here. And feet come down, take your child's pose. Let's go for another round, and here let's actually try and lift one leg off the chair or off the wall if you're using for the wall instead. Press down through your forearms, feet on the wall or chair. Come to that L shape, and then maybe lift one leg up, pointing through your toes, trying to stack the hips over the shoulders, and maybe start floating that leg off the wall or off your chair. Come down, do the same on the opposite side. Maybe catching your balance. And coming down. Just a gentle reminder that these things take time. There's no sort of like magic trick to being able to do pincha or any other pose almost immediately. And I think that's sort of the beauty of practice. It really forces you to, in a sense, release your attachment or desire for expectations or for immediate results and immediate gratification, but instead start to tune inwards and become really aware of what's happening within your body, within your mind, and maybe start to notice any limiting mindsets that you might have about yourself, thinking, oh, I can't do this, or oh, it's taking too long, and things like that. And I think that can be really, really insightful. So I hope this is helpful. You can come back to this as many times as you want, and you can start to incorporate these drills into your everyday practice.